Welcome to Empower. I'm glad you're together with us. And I thank God so much for giving us another opportunity to be together, to learn together as we become the people God desires to be. In Empower, we focus on people and workplace. My name is Beatrice Chuchu, and together with me, I'm with
Wangui, Steve.
Wangui, Steve. And we've been discussing some things about work of late. You've been following us, you've seen that we're looking at what God expects of us at the workplace. And we're looking at all the way from God's design for work. Work is God's business. Work is worship.
Yeah.
And last week we discussed about
how we should seek God to guide us.
Yes.
The potentials that He has put in us as we pursue our careers. They should guide us that we can be in the exact thing that God created us for. Yeah.
Yes, amazing. And still now, having realized that God has given us abilities, has given us skills, He's even given us opportunities whereby we're able to, and we could see that what we read last time from Exodus 31, that God said He's the one who had put in Bezalel.
Yeah.
And I think we learned that. And looking at that, it's something that comes to us, and that is what we should discuss today. Considering that this is His business,
yes,
He has given us abilities, talents, even opportunities to apply that in our workplace. Then we need to impact lives.
Yes.
Through our professions or through what we do. And that is what we are calling marketplace missionaries.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That term missionary,
yes,
it takes us back to how the gospel came and all that. But now, present day, yes, we are the missionaries. Because apart from God giving us careers to reach people and to serve people and to better them for the life we are living here on earth, He also expects us to pull them or to lead them to Him or to His Son, Jesus Christ. So as we work every day, as we wake up to go to work, to our businesses, to our offices, we should remember God is challenging us. As Jesus challenged us in Matthew 28, the Great Commission. He's setting us out also to go and win souls. So we are not just in the marketplace to fulfill our purpose and please God. We are also there to reach out to mankind and to lead them back to God.
Wow,
yes.
Amazing, because you realize that maybe most of the time when you think of Matthew 28, verse 19 there to 20, think of it maybe to some people. And maybe how we go for door to door, we go for open hairs, we go for crusades. And not applying it in our workplace, not thinking that I'm also supposed to follow, it's called the Great Commission, to do the same wherever God has placed me. And one thing that I've come to understand or to appreciate is that mission field doesn't have to be those sides of Turkana where many people don't go to preach. Mission field is where God has placed you.
Sure.
And every one of us, there's a mission field. Be it in the town, be it in the hospital, be it wherever you are working, consider it as a mission field. So I can be able to do this.
We'll be able to do that if we, first of all, put it in our mind. Like we have said previously, we don't have two lives to live. We only live one life. I will not wake up today as Wangui, the entrepreneur, and I'm just there doing my business, dealing with my clients and all that. Then all of a sudden now I switch back to Wangui the Christian. No. This life, from when I wake up, whatever time I wake up in the morning, I am pursuing one life. Whether it is in the marketplace or in church or wherever, it is one life. And so each one of us, the moment we receive Christ, we accept Him in our hearts, we become missionaries. And that is something each Christian should think about. It's not for a specific group of people. As long as you have received Christ, it's upon you to go to the next person and tell them about Christ. And considering most of the time we are at our workplaces.
Yes.
So that is our first mission field. You exhaust your working place, then now you can come, we go for a mission in Turkana and elsewhere.
And where I come from in Kajiado.
Your home and your workplace is your primary mission field. So let us start there. Yes.
Wow. Yeah, because, and I think that brings us to this aspect of embracing our identity.
Yes.
As marketplace missioners. Because if you don't embrace that as part of your identity.
Yeah.
And I love what Elevate, their tagline says, we're advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Yeah.
So if that is what we are supposed to do, then we need to embrace that identity.
Very true.
I've been called to share the word of the gospel.
Yes. And something I would like to say, and something I tell people even when we are doing the discipleship classes, your first, when you go to a new place, make sure and make it deliberate. You identify yourself as a born-again Christian.
Yes.
Don't go to a new place and you just keep quiet.
Yes.
Then things start happening, start happening. Then when you're almost getting to a trap or to a hole, it's when you say, I'm born again. No, it does not work like that. You have to say it from the beginning. Let people know who you are. Come with your true identity. It doesn't matter what it might bring on the negative, but let your identity be very clear. I'm a born-again Christian, and my mandate as a born-again Christian, apart from all that we have spoken, is to be a missionary. It's to reach out. It's to win souls. Yes.
And I think we should also appreciate that God has given us that opportunity to do so.
Yes.
You know, the way someone will give you an opportunity is a field, do it. You know.
Yeah.
Jesus is the one who said that the field was ripe.
Yes.
And the workers were few. So we need to take advantage of that God has placed us in certain places, in certain opportunities, and then we'll be able to share the word. And as you say, that bold step of saying, this is who I am.
Yes.
That is where it starts. That is where it starts. So that you can be able even to go to another step.
Yes.
And one thing I've come to realize, even as a Christian, the moment people know who you are, and then you live that lifestyle.
Very important. Don't just say it.
Yes.
Make sure your actions, your speech, everything about you, your dressing, everything confirms what you already said.
Yes. At the moment you do that, people recognize.
Yeah.
I remember there's an organization I worked, and one thing is, we used to have, it's a big organization. So when it came, it was Christmas time, and there's you know, there are parties.
Yeah.
And we had to do them. Being in HR, it was together with administration. So we are the people that used to do the buying of things. And so we had the lady who was not born again. She was in charge of buying beers and everything. And when you go to those parties, they'll even talk when you seated with them, because you're seated in tables with the employees, you're one of them. And they would say, sasa huyu aliamua tu kukunywanga juice, ni sawa tu. Yani, you know, they realize and they know that is your
that's your stand.
But if you don't let people know your stand, becomes a problem.
Yes.
I remember even when I left that organization, I had to go work as a HR person in a Christian organization. This lady was not born again. One morning, we go to work, she tells me, Beatrice, there are people here looking for a HR manager who is born again. And I know not many of you are saved. Apply that way, you know.
Yes.
That way, she said that. Then I told her, okay, bring it, I applied. Do you know I got that job? But no, you see the way she's saying, I know not many of you HRs are born again.
Yes.
But apply. This one utapata. Because she said, utapata. Because I'm seeing wengi mmeokoka. So, you know.
Yeah, and that also brings something in mind.
Yes.
That you might think it is an obstacle to say that you're born again. But in real sense, it is. It will open up doors for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So just say it.
Say it.
Yeah.
And I think also the fact that these people know. The other thing that when you live that kingdom lifestyle, there is something that people know.
Yeah.
And they know if this is Beatrice, this is so and so, and they live this lifestyle, we can entrust them with this. We are not worried about this.
Yeah.
As long as she's the one or he's the one holding this, we are okay.
Yeah.
Because they have gained that confidence in you. Because of Christ who is in you.
Yes.
Not because of yourself, but because of Christ who is in you, and you're living that lifestyle. So it is good to ensure that we embrace that identity.
Sure.
That we are not there just to earn money, but you're also there to illuminate the light of Christ in the place.
It's very true. We reach out by telling people Christ is Lord, receive Him, and we also reach out through our character and how we behave.
How we behave.
Yes.
And this aspect of living Christ-like. Do you know, I think I've come to realize those people who do not know the Lord, they have standards they have kept for us. Anafanya hivyo na anasemanga ameokoka. So they are like put us in a certain place, and they'll be surprised if you do what they don't expect you to do as a Christian. So in the real sense, that character, Christ-like character, is preaching to them.
Yes, it's preaching to them.
Yes.
Even just the way you talk to people, how kind are you, how polite are you.
Yes.
Sometimes as a Christian you don't have the right to just do anything that you think is you've earned, or somebody talks to you anyhow, you don't think, you can't take it upon yourself to just talk to them anyhow.
Yes.
Or even to revenge, or even to, we have to be like Christ, Christians, just like Christ. Yeah.
Wow. And is that all order sometimes?
Yes.
Because people will provoke you.
Yeah.
But you're a missionary.
Yeah.
You've gone to give, to pass the good news in the marketplace.
Yeah.
So how do you behave? How do you respond when they talk to you in whichever way? Because sometimes people will just, even sometimes they'll talk in a way, you know, to show you like, who do you think you are? Just because you're a Christian doesn't mean this. So, but how do you respond to that? Matters a lot in the workplace. Because, and it's always good to remember, who am I in this place?
Yes.
I'm not just an accountant. I'm not just a HR manager. I'm not just a customer service. I'm Christian.
Yes.
My life has to be different. I have to be Christ-like.
Yeah.
I have to portray the God I believe in. You know, we go back to that question.
Yes.
If it was Jesus, what would he do? If it was Jesus, who was your boss?
Yes.
How would you behave?
Yeah.
So those things keep coming back to us, and it is good to appreciate that we need to live and reflect Christ.
Sure.
Maybe you can read for us Colossians 3 verse 17.
Colossians.
As we just talk about this, because looking at the Bible also guides us and helps us, even as we work, as when we are Christ's ambassadors.
Colossians 3 chapter 3 verse 17. Verse 17. Colossians chapter 3 verse 17, it says, and whatsoever ye do in word or in deed, do all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God and the Father by him.
Wow, we are going to start from there. We need to take a short break. We are called to be missionaries where God has placed us, be it the formal or informal setup. Please don't go far. We are taking a short break. We'll be right back. My name is Beatrice Chuchu.
Hi, my name is Catherine Kuria, pastor and author of this book, Single and Loving It, which talks about enjoying your singlehood in the Lord and also preparing yourself for marriage. This book can be read not only by single people, but pastors, mentors, or anyone guiding young people in life. You can find this book at Elevation Bookshop, Kenya Cinema, or you can place your order on Amazon or call the number on your screen to get a copy. Be blessed as you read it.
Welcome back. I'm glad you're still together with us. And please give us feedback on our Facebook. Let us know what you'd want us to cover. Give us a feedback on what you feel or think about our discussions, and be glad to improve. Now, we read Colossians 3:17.
Yeah.
Very interesting. What did you say about that verse?
It's a very rich verse. It's saying whatsoever. Whatsoever.
Yes.
Not just one thing or another. Everything that you do, you do it, whether in word or deed. That's what we were saying previously, that you are going to preach by the word and also by your actions. Yes, your behaviors. You do it in the name of the Lord.
Yes.
And giving thanks to God, the Father.
Yes.
So what it means is, what is guiding you? What is guiding you in the marketplace? It's knowing that I'm doing it for Christ. And whatever I'm doing should come and glorify God. And also recognize God. That the part that it's saying giving thanks to God.
Yes.
Recognize that these I have done, yes, but not by my own power, but it is God who has enabled me. Yes.
Wow, amazing. And I think it calls for us as believers even to appreciate that God himself has presented to us the mission field.
Yes.
And it's us to take our steps and do what is required of us.
Yes.
And something else that comes to mind when you think about missioners and being in the marketplace as a missioner is to build authentic relationships.
Yes.
Because as we work with people in the mission, in the field where God has placed us, and as we stand there as believers and considering ourselves as Christ's missionaries, then the relationships that we build should be built on trust, respect, genuine care for others. We should at least have relationships that reflect God.
Yes.
You know, it is very unfortunate that believers can be sometimes be found in some funny engagements, funny interactions, funny businesses, and we are believers.
Yeah.
So the relationships that are going to come, because any business, any marketplace, any work starts from a relationship.
Yes.
And even when I'm having my own business, I'll have relationships with suppliers, I'll have relationships with customers, I have relationships with the government authorities, I'll have relationships with all the stakeholders that come into contact with me. But how are they? Are they authentic? Am I doing what I'm supposed to do as a believer? Am I, for example, am I supposed to, let's say, I know this is a very sensitive matter, maybe I'm supposed to do a business and pay tax. So do I? Do I declare some and hide others? Those I know there are debates and I don't want to get into that. But I'm just saying, the relationships with these bodies that surround my business, surround my work, are they authentic? Am I honest to my customers?
Yes.
Am I using the right way? You know, sometimes I ask myself questions. Maybe I go to a butchery. Okay, where I come from, the butchery, they use, these days I see them using something different. Or you can go to a shop, even a cereal shop, and you get when they are weighing, they always ensure that something I try to understand, why can't they put, why do they have to put the stone first, or how do they have to put, you know, there's a way it's done, which makes me get worried. And one time someone actually messed me up. I bought rice, and I realized, because it's the way you buy from you go put in a certain container, you know, 2 kilos of rice
you know,
comes
this
here.
one.
So you realize, today ni kidogo. I realized I was cheated. Such relationship to me, and I said I will not go to that shop again. But I doubted even the way she was doing on the weighing scale, and realized, So how is your relationship with your customers?
Yes.
Can I even vote for you? And I say, you know what? If you need this, go to this.
Yeah.
Because you're honest.
It's true.
You are trustworthy. You're not stealing from me as your customer.
Yeah.
Suppliers, the same.
Yes.
You know.
I think the bottom line is what are our values as Christians?
Yes.
We have always to ask ourselves. And remember, the Bible has said whatsoever.
Yes.
So it is in everything. In everything that you do, ask yourself, what are my values as a Christian?
Yes.
If I take that 100 grams from the client's meat or cereals or whatever, am I pleasing God? Am I taking forward the gospel, or am I pulling it backwards? So it is our values as Christians, our character, it has to show everywhere that we are. And that reminds me of even licenses. Licenses.
You keep closing and running away.
Yes, and running away. You've seen so much drama in the marketplace.
Yes.
And, that is the chair lady. That is it is not a very good, it's not a good picture. Let us carry Christ.
Yes.
Let us wear Christ. Watu wakituona waone Yesu. It is work. It's not a walk in the park, but we have to do it. Yes.
You know, these issues of doing the right things in the workplace because of who we are.
Yes.
I think it is, God need to help us, and we need to be deliberate and do it. Because most of the things, we don't see them like they're problems. Those are government authorities. It's a requirement. We are supposed to be and actually give Caesar what belongs to him. And that was Jesus who said. So you're looking at it, but we're struggling with it so much. We're struggling with it so much. And I ask myself some questions sometimes, okay, when I do it this way, what is God saying about it? Because is God happy when I say, you know what, in Kajiado, we pay this amount of money for a shop, for a license, but I'm not going to do it. When they come, you know, there's people pass information.
Very fast.
So I'll close and lock myself inside or disappear and sit somewhere watching. Another time, if they get you off guard, you give them something. But why don't you just do it? Save yourself from this trouble of bribing, trouble of closing, trouble of being so disturbed, all the time being cautious because they may come. So we need to be authentic. By doing the right thing. And I love what you have said, that aspect of values. Aspect of values. The other thing that comes in when you're missionaries is excelling in professionalism and doing our work in the best way possible. How we can be able to show that you are missionaries for Christ is by striving for excellence. And I think excellence is something we have said in this program many times, and we keep coming back to it. Because God himself, we always refer back to God. Excellence. God did it. Good, very good. We see Daniel, spirit of excellence. So when we need to be great examples in the marketplace, if you're going to be missionaries for Christ, we can't compromise.
We can't. And we have to push ourselves to do the best. First of all, we have to know what is the best. Then now we work towards it. And at the back of our mind, let us always remember we are doing it unto the Lord. That one will make us every day work and press towards excellence. Because if I'm working for you, I might just feel, but if I remember, I'm working for Beatrice, and Beatrice is also at the authority of God Almighty, I'll be able to push myself. And that will call also to even learning some things, adding to my skills, adding to my knowledge. Such things, all in the pursuit of excellence.
Wow. And that brings us also to Colossians 3:23 to 24, which reminds us that whatever we do, work it all with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. So it is the Lord Christ that you are serving. So this verse, you realize, it underscores our call to excellence as we work for God's glory. And being missionaries, then we have to be excellent. What are they going to emulate if you are not doing it well? If you are the people known for late coming, if you are the people known for not submitting reports, if you are people known for not doing what is required, in case in any department you are the one known not to do, and how can you speak about Christ? Because we know Christ as excellent. He accomplished his work very well, despite the challenges and the pain. He went through it, and he could always say, I'm here to do my Father's work. What he sent me to do, that is what I'm doing. And he kept repeating it. Why? Because he knew his mandate. So even you that you know what you're supposed to do, can you do it as unto him? Don't be you know what we call eye service. Because someone is looking at you, you cannot be a missionary when you just, someone has to watch you by you. And it is quite critical, and we need to make sure that we think about it as Christians. How are we doing it?
It comes down to integrity. You do the right thing, whether your boss is there, it's not there, you do the right thing. When nobody is watching you, you do the right thing. Because you are doing it, just as the verse says, unto the Lord, unto the Lord.
Yes. You remind me a Sunday school class we had, being in class, and we were talking about God being omnipresent. And trying to explain to these young children that when you're hiding and you go to under the bed, God is there. When you're in a bathroom, God is there. When you're hiding and eating sugar from mommy, God is there. And I think the fact that we should realize who are we serving, then we're going to do it the excellent way.
Sure.
God is watching, and that is He's the one we want to serve. The other thing that we cannot forget, and we have talked about it, is sharing our faith. Openly sharing your faith in the workplace. You can't be a missioner and you don't want to share. You have to be ready. And opportunities will come in. You know, usually say, we go with you for lunch, and I know you're not born again. We sit together. I need to bring that. And there's a way to do it. You know, sometimes we miss the mark because we want to bombard people with everything at once. At the same time.
Like we are talking up there, we are saying have that genuine relationship. Create a relationship with somebody. Then one day just ask them, do you go to church? Then start from there. Then build on it until at the end of it all, you'll find that person has crossed over. So opportunities will always come, but utilize them well. And don't go about judging people.
Thank you. Our time is up. It has just gone very fast. Thank you so much for being part of this program. And I believe that where God has placed you, you're going to be a missioner for Him. Let us share our faith. Let us speak about it. Let us also do what we believe. My name is Beatrice Chuchu. God bless you. See you next week.